Welcome back to Plus Arts Media News, a weekly show every Monday at 5 on how art and culture moves. If you're new here, please like and subscribe and ring the bell to set your alerts, and don't forget to leave a comment and let me know how you feel, but be respectful. If you have an upcoming show that you would like us to cover or arts and culture event, please shoot me an email at plusartsmedia@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out the description for all of my contact information and links to the sources below for the stories that I'm about to cover so you can judge for yourself. Now, let's get to the news. Released in 2022 at the end of the pandemic, and something that I don't think has gotten enough shine, is a book by Chisholm. It's called The Enneagram for Black Liberation, Return to Who You Are Beneath. Now, Chisholm is a lifelong student of what it means to be fully human. She, in her bio, says that she is a certified Enneagram teacher and practitioner in the Native tradition, and also holds a Master of Arts in clinical mental health counseling. So, with these, along with other skills combined, I believe that the book that Chichi wrote is actually getting to the heart of something that I've actually dealt with a lot in my life, of what it means to look at investigative or introspective mediums or practices like astrology or Enneagram or numerology, but actually try to figure it out when it also has a lack of race analysis, which I do think is important when you're using interpretive tools. Now, Chichi's book invites us to a more expansive story about how Enneagram personality types are not just our types, but they're also the way that we put on armor and actually survive the dynamics of what it means to be Black in this world. So please, if you haven't taken a look, go get that book from your local bookstore today and support local artists. Moving on, in TV news, Survivor Season 46 has already begun. And I'm just going to let you know, this is a family affair. So when my cousin called my family's house letting me know that one of her friends is competing this year on Survivor Season 46, you know I had to give a shout out to Miss Tiffany Nicole Ervin, an artist from New Jersey, and is a big fan of the Survivor series, so is excited to get her shot to outwit, outlast, and be the last person standing in Fiji. And honey, we here for you. So check your local listings and be sure to tune in to Survivor Season 46 on CBS. Also on TV this week, tonight, is the premiere of So You Think You Can Dance Season 18, which is going to be airing on Fox. Now, we'll have returning host Kat Deely, along with judges Nigel, of course, who's been the old staple, Comfort, who, yes, is always giving the critique and the passion that I need, Allison, as well as welcoming Maxim onto the judging panel. Make sure you check your local listings and look at it on Fox. In streaming news, Netflix will be premiering Regina King's new film about Shirley Chisholm on March 22nd. Now, Regina King will be playing Shirley Chisholm, who was a congressman who was the first Black woman to also run for president in 1972. And technically, the film will actually be covering the story of her 1972 presidential campaign and what it was to step in these streets and tell people, I'm actually going to be president as a Black woman. I absolutely love Regina King. I'm glad to see her out and creating art again, particularly when you've had some hard things happen in your life. We've all also sent her condolences over her son, and we will be excited to see her bring history to life on March 22nd. In these YouTube streets, nature and arts, or actually, I'm just going to make a new category calling it environmental arts. I actually bring you Pandora. So Pandora is actually a creation, a 1,000 gallon cloud vivarium created by Ants Canada, which actually is hosting many different versions of insects, life, and other living plants and species, Although the definition of a vivarium is any enclosure in which you are hosting or trying to keep life or keep animals in particular or insects under a semi-natural conditions that they would actually experience out in the wild. Kind of the way that people have fish aquariums or ant farms. But let's get back to the good news, because Ants Canada, after building this 1,000-gallon vivarium and putting in a number of creatures, has actually experienced a breakout. Yes, the vivarium was not sealed properly, and we have some escapees on the loose. Now, one of the reasons why I like Ants Canada is because not only are they good at presenting educational information about many of the animals, insects, and fish and larvae that they cultivate, but they're super dramatic about it. And you know, the theater kid in me has gotta love it. So check out what's going on Pandora. I'm sorry, in Pandora. I'm not talking about the streaming app. Also in these YouTube streets, we have a video that we want to share with you from the Anime Tea, which is a great channel which actually covers the world of anime in general, but last week decided to respond to a video made by Basic Boy, which was Basic Boy's video an exploration of anti-blackness in the anime industry. And the Anime Tea's video is called We Need to Talk About Black Women in Anime. Both of the videos go deep into what is it like to be in relationship as a black person to an art or culture that also you feel for and helps you express yourself, but also has images of you that may not represent you, which is also typical to general white American culture. So please take a deep dive and a deep look and see what these folks have to say about anti-blackness in anime. And also, to close us out, I'm actually just going to close us out with nonprofit culture, which is a culture in and of itself because it's supposed to be about bringing people together. Now, nonprofits include a multitude of different types of organizations, from religious, artistic, civil engagement, and also recreational. However, in this particular case, one of our YouTube favorites, Eric Lewis, was actually sharing their experience about how they lost their job at a nonprofit, and also how that led them to a community or cultural discovery of other nonprofits in their community, and also what are the learning lessons that they've taken away from the experience about doing cultural work within your community, and the pressures of what it means to also be a part of a legacy organization or a place that's been around longer than you have, also trying to do nonprofit when you're trying to bring in fresh ideas. So take a listen, and hopefully we'll all get a lesson. Thank you for joining me at Progressive Arts Media, and don't forget to check us out at afrofuturecoven.com. Stay safe in these streets, and I'll see you next week. Get into it, yo. Come out with a truck. Get into it, yo. If you go to church, get into it, yo.